If you were around for Saturday night's fight, a junior welterweight battle on December 10th, 2022, broadcast live by ESPN Plus from Madison Square Garden, where Teofimo Lopez Jr. took on Sandor Martin. You were witness to something that has happened too often in boxing. Something that, in a way, really disgusts the masses when they take in boxing. We saw another unjust decision, but we also saw a fighter with superior boxing skills not get credit for his performance. What else can be said aside from the sport being extremely corrupt and even the participants being corrupted? All I could say is it's something that not only bears watching, but it bears us to talk about it. And in this video, we shall do just that.
FightHype.com here with Sandor Martin after the Teofimo Lopez fight. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, you know. Every people, all the world can see if I win this fight. That's a masterclass of boxing. Teofimo looks desesperated all the time. He punches me every time. You know, that's the judges. Okay, don't worry, that's for boxing, but that's a masterclass of boxing for a Spanish boxer, and I'm in the world level.
You know, after the fight, you got down on your knees, you were screaming at the crowd. You really feel like you got the decision, man. So how pissed off were you when you found out that, it went the other way?
I think when I finish the fight, I stay so relaxed because I'm looking good, you know. That's a tactical fight. In the first round, the headshot broke a few my nose, and I'm conditioning all the rest of the fight. You know, if I'm going to the war, it's bad for me because my nose goes to the ace. You know, and I need move all the time and make a lot of skills, defensive skills. You know, but when the first judge says my name, okay, but the last one, 97 to 93, really? That's really? I'm crazy, man. That's not serious. 97, only 2 rounds for me, included the knockdown, and other knockdown if the referee not count, you know, and 3 weeks of preparation.
To hear from the fighters themselves sometimes is the best thing. Shout out to Fight Hype for the interview with Sandor after the match. Martin put on a boxing exhibition, and he did it with skills that most times are accredited to favorite fighters like a Vasily Lomachenko, even a Canelo Alvarez or Tyson Fury. But this man, this fighter from Spain, once again took on one of America's top fighters in Teofimo Lopez Jr., as he did earlier in the year when he took on Mikey Garcia. He showed what it means to be a professional. And as he said, with 3 weeks' notice, he came in and performed admirably against Teofimo. He showed that he had come to fight on this night. And he did exactly that. His skills were on display. And Teofimo had a hard time. Sure, there were moments when he was able to get a few shots off. But overall, the ring generalship, lateral movement, counterpunching, and overall controlling the tempo of the fight, all of that was in Martin's favor. And Teofimo was not able to make the adjustments necessary to benefit he in securing majority rounds. The decision that was meted out was a decision that favored him, but the fight did not favor him. Top Rank, ESPN have done it again. For this guy in particular, we've seen this story before. Remember when he took on Nakatani? A similar circumstance. It was amazing that they actually gave George Kambosos the decision over him, even though Kambosos had dropped him in the first round, and he later dropped Kambosos. I believe it was the 10th round. But it's not about being knocked down. It's about what happens outside of knockdowns. And in this particular battle, Sandor Martin fought gallantly and fought with safety. They had a clash of heads early in the fight, which suffered a broken nose by Martin. But he didn't quit. He continued to fight, but he made certain not to get in close with Teo because he didn't want that situation, the clash of heads, to continue to happen. So he boxed cautiously, gave angles, and oftentimes would catch Teo lunging in, who did it over and over again, to the degree of suffering not one, but 2 knockdowns at the hands of Sandor. One knockdown was called, the other was ruled a slip. But they were off of the same motion, Teo lunging in and Sandor, a southpaw, check hooking him with his right, high on the top of the head, resulting in Teo going down to his knees. I don't understand how the referee doesn't see this, but you have to admit that there was something that caused Teo to hit the canvas, not his balance or lack thereof, but his own momentum being used against him, and Sandor countering like a boxer can do. This fight was contested on a small level. And when I say small level, it was that of which Sandor brought, having only 3 weeks of prep for this fight, as you heard in his soundbite. So he was a bit limited to what he may have actually wanted to do, but he fought within himself. And fighting within himself, Teofimo Lopez didn't have the answers. So we saw what we saw, and that was he being taken to school. there was an absence of boxing IQ from Lopez. There was an absence of tutelage from his corner. The jab was scarce, if not there at all. He had this motion of batting down Sandor's hand, which would have been Sandor's lead hand, his right because of southpaw position, and Tio's left, batting down Sandor's hand. That's not really a strategy. It's a tactic, but there was nothing working off of that. He failed to get on the inside from mid-range and try to work the body. He failed to throw punches in succession in combination. He winged a lot of shots. He missed a lot of shots. And Sandor would step around and get right back to the center of the ring. It was like watching Floyd Mayweather when he fought Manny Pacquiao. Now, Sandor was never noted as a tremendous puncher, but to catch Tio coming in and using that momentum against him to send him to the canvas on multiple occasions, it proved that Martin had a little bit of something. And Tio never really went for broke against him. He never really opened things up to see exactly what Sandor was made of. I wonder why. The hesitancy. Is it because that Tio may be all bark and no bite? Quite possibly. Could a couple of those shots that Sandor hit him with gained respect? Undoubtedly. The reason I say that is because if a guy can't hurt you, you're more inclined to take more risks in the fight. And that's something that Tio never did. He never went for broke. Sandor didn't have to. He felt comfortable with the performance, and he made certain to conserve himself, seeing that he had energy, but he wanted to make certain also that he would be able to finish the fight strong. And he did just that. And with 2 knockdowns in the bag, along with winning other rounds, Sandor definitely had reason to feel this way. Now, let's not forget, this was not a 12-round bout. This was a 10-round fight. So Tio had little to no time to get busy and never fought with that sense of urgency that a fighter who understands that he may be behind goes for. His dad did tell him in between one of the rounds that you got to pick it up. But that type of talk happens a lot in corners, especially when fighters are being told something just to keep their attention within what they're doing. I don't believe either man, father or son, realized what was at stake. But from observers on the outside, he was losing this fight. He had been on the canvas a couple of times. It was time to change it up and go for it. He never did. There was a soundbite that caught Tio asking, after the decision was handed down, "Do you think I still got it?" Son, I don't think you ever had it. And now that you're in a division where only the big boys play, it may prove to be more than just words. You may find yourself having to do something. Piss or throw out the pot. What do you think? Do you think Tio won this fight? Leave comments. Let me know. what your thoughts are regarding this. I think it's going to be an uphill climb for this young man. I don't know that I have very much confidence in he against any of the other contenders or champions out there. This is the type of situation where when you've been lied to enough and you find yourself on the outside looking in, you turn around and therein lies not one friend. Yeah. That's what I think about this. This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts were about this particular fight. Did you have Sandor Martin winning? Do you think that there should be a rematch? Something that T.O. is really never interested in when he's found the going to be rough. Let's talk about it. That's all I have for you at this time. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.